What is going on, traders? Welcome back to the Traveling Trader. Hope you guys are doing well. In this video, I'm going to be detailing my options day trading strategy, one of the most requested videos that I get from you guys. For those of you that are part of the Discord and the trading community, you guys have been asking me about this for a while, but obviously it's very hard to send trade alerts on minute by minute or second by second trades. So I'm going to be going over my overall strategy here, and that way you can follow. If you're new to this channel, welcome to the best trading channel on YouTube. Happy to have you. On this channel, we talk about options trading, long-term stock trading, swing trading, strategies, educational videos like this. I try to mix it up and give you guys the best content. So I would appreciate it if you guys get anything out of this video, leave it a big fat thumbs up just like this. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. I'm going to be using ThinkOrSwim for this because it has the most tools, the most robust tools to allow you to be day trading. You need indicators that are up to date. You need live time and sales data or level 2 market data. It's going to be very hard to do this on Robinhood. Now, if you're on something like Active Trader by Fidelity or an advanced platform that's similar, yes, you could take some of these concepts and strategies and try to apply it to your trading setup. And if you are using ThinkOrSwim, I can share this workspace file with you. That way you could just import it and your workspace will look just like this. So hit me up on my website. There's a contact form and just ask me for this workspace and I will email it to you. It's ttsignals.com. That's ttsignals.com. And while you're there, you could sign up to our trading group. We have over 800 traders discussing strategies, options trades, entries, exits, stocks that are on our watch list. It's a really great value. So sign up if you want access. And without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so here in my ThinkOrSwim, this is exactly how I have it set up. I'm in the charts tab here. On the top, I have a 1-minute chart. On the bottom, I have a 5-minute chart. I do like to look at different time frames, even when I am day trading, because I want to see the 5-minute chart will give me kind of a sense of the overall trend, and the 1-minute chart is just erratic, or could be erratic, right? But you could still form or recognize certain patterns on both. I just want to have a more high-level view and a more granular view. So essentially what we're going to be looking at is trying to find support and resistance levels on the 1-minute and corroborate that on the 5-minute, and that's where we're going to be making our entries on our exits. Now, if this is a little advanced for you, if you have absolutely no idea what options are, if you don't know the difference between a call and a put, then I suggest you go back and review that on your own time and then revisit this video, or watch this video and then review that after. The other thing you're going to know is just basic support and resistance recognition. In short, support can be thought of as a demand zone where the market is looking to support that stock or that option at that price point, and resistance is where there is a supply zone, meaning that's where the market is comfortable offloading that stock or that option. So you could think of it as a ceiling and a floor, where resistance is the ceiling, support is the floor. All right, so we have the 1-minute chart up top, we have the 5-minute chart at the bottom, and I have them linked in ThinkOrSwim. You can link them using a colored tab like this. So I have yellow for the top, yellow for the bottom. That way, if I make any changes, you know, if say I go to Apple, right, instead of the SPY, then both charts will reflect Apple's stock here, right? So, but for this example, we're going to be trading SPY options on a daily basis. SPY options are the most liquid on the market. Obviously, SPY following the S&P 500. So for this example, we're going to be sticking to the SPY. Again, 1-minute chart up top, 5-minute chart on the bottom, and I have them linked. I also have the crosshairs linked. So regardless of where I am on the chart, the crosshairs follow each other, right? And you could do this by going into settings, and you go into this option here that says synchronize crosshairs position, and you have to have it checked. On the right, I have the time and sales data. This is basically real-time transactions taking place. Now, here's what's important. Green means that this transaction was fulfilled at the ask price, right? What the market makers are asking for. And red means that this option was fulfilled at the bid price. So in general, when you see green orders, that means that there is a forceful intent to buy that option or that stock at that price level, right? That means there's a strong demand for it. And here on the right, you see the size of the lot, and you can filter this out by showing lots that are greater than 10 or 10 or greater, which I usually stick to because I don't really want to see the minuscule 1-lot orders. Now here on the left, we have something called Active Trader. Now Active Trader in ThinkOrSwim is awesome because you can essentially choose a predetermined lot size. In this case, let's just stick to 10 contracts, and you can essentially buy and sell without having a confirmed order, because in general, when you're trading options, you have to confirm your order. So say that I want to buy this call option here, I would have to click confirm and send, and then this dialog box opens up, right? And then I I would actually have to confirm the order. If you're really trying to do things in rapid speed in real time, then you want the ability to be able to execute orders without having to confirm it. Now, I will caution you against something, or I will caution you on something, that when you're using this active trader and you instantly buy, it's not going to give you a dialog box. You will be buying the predetermined amount right away at that price point. So if you are at a price point that fills a bid or an ask, it could fill you right away. So just be wary that you could be making big mistakes if you're not paying attention. So the price of this option right now is $264. If I clicked instant buy at $264, it's not even going to give me a dialog box. It will buy it right away. And then on the bottom here, I have a chart corresponding to whatever instrument I have here. And again, I have them linked. This one is linked in blue, so separate from these ones on the left that are linked in yellow. Now, why do I have it this way? Well, because on the left here on this side, this is the SPY. I'm tracking the SPY ETF, the actual stock. And on the right is where I put in my options, because I will be making options trades based on what the SPY is doing. So when the SPY is at support and I'm looking to long it, I will be going in here, taking a call from here, right? Copying it over. I'll show you how to do this. And then I'll be putting it in here. So now on the right, I have the call options associated with the SPY, and on the left, I have the SPY. And when the SPY is at resistance and I'm looking to short it essentially, right? Ride that trend down, then I will be going in here, right clicking, copy, taking this put, and then coming over here and essentially inserting this put here. And that way I have all the put data on the right, and I can buy and sell based on riding that trend down. All right, so I explained everything in summary. Now we just have to actually go and implement the strategy, and I'll show you in real time how it is that I day trade using options. I just want to give a really strong caveat here. Do not ignore this preamble, but day trading is very risky. If you don't have experience with the market, if you don't know how to trade options in general, if you don't know how to read a chart at least at a basic level, if you don't know what support and resistance is, if you have no sense for position sizing, i.e. knowing how much of your portfolio to risk on this thing, then please stick to paper trading, put in the work, practice, backtest your strategies. The market is not going anywhere. You'll have all the time in the world to trade. All right, that's just my dad talk. Let us get right into it. So here we have the SPY, and you could see on the 5-minute chart that it is potentially finding some support here, right? So you could see that it bounced off this level, tried to continue higher, and now it's back at this level. So this is a potential support level. And by the way, usually when I wake up, I don't make a trade, at least using the strategy. I do not make a trade within the first hour and a half to 2 hours of trading. I would like to see a trend established before I enter a trade. If you make a trade here, like right when the market opens is the most hyperbolic time, right? Either we see insane rallies or insane drops. You want to find support and resistance. I do not chase trades. If the price is not at my support level or my recognized resistance levels, I do not enter midway. I don't just wing it. This isn't gambling. All right. So as I said, we do have potential support here. So what would I do in this case? Well, I would go over to my trade tab, look at the SPY options, and I basically want to pick options that are expiring either soonest or one after. And because SPY options are the most liquid, they have abnormal expiration dates. Basically, SPY options are expiring all the time. So in this case, we have 2 days left till October 30th. Let's just select that. We can go down here, and what I would do, and this is one of my rules, is I usually pick options that have a delta between 0.4 and 0.5. If you pick options that are way out of the money, you're just not going to make enough money from these small ticks, right? You want to pick something that moves at least half as much as the underlying moves. So for instance, if you have a delta of 0.4, that means for every dollar that the SPY moves, this option will move 40 cents. If you have a delta of 0.5, for every dollar that the stock moves or that the underlying moves, that option will move by 50 cents. So I'm going to come here and I'll pick this 0.46 delta one, and I'll right click on it and click copy. Why am I doing that? Because I want to put it in my chart, and I'm going to be putting it here. Now I see the SPY coming to my support zone, both on the 5-minute and on the 1 minute. Now here's something important to understand. You have to set boundaries for yourself, and you have to be extremely strict in setting them. So if the SPY starts drifting below my support, I'm not just going to hold this blindly, and you have to be very strict about sticking to these rules that you set for yourself. So one thing that I do, and this is just based on experience, these are my own boundaries, is I'll set a minus 0.15 drop from support, And that is the threshold that I'm not willing to go beyond, meaning if the price starts tanking below this, then that is when I will exit. Because sometimes you will have a long wick or a candle that's exaggerated, right? But that's only temporary, and you don't really want to price yourself out of the trade entirely. So my rule is a minus 0.15% drop from current support, and that's where I will look to exit because I want to give myself a little bit of cushion. So if we take a line and draw it, that puts us at around here, or 327.33 if we're looking for an exact price. All right, so the price is coming to my support zone. I'm looking here on the right, looking at the time and sales data, looking at the active trader. I have my lot set up at 10, meaning 10 contracts that I'm going to buy, and I'm going to be buying 10 calls of the SPY at this level. So I go ahead and hit instant buy. And there we go. We're filled. 10 contracts of the October 30 at 342. And now is the fun part. We just wait to see the price action and see if we actually do get a bounce off this resistance. Again, if not, if we get to my minus 0.15% threshold, I'll come in here to the active trader and quickly sell at whatever the price is at the moment, trying to get filled and minimize my losses. And if we go over to the monitor tab, you'll see that our trade is over here, entered at 342. Let's go back over to charts and see what the price action does. One other thing I like to do, I'll talk about this later, but I have this price oscillator here. So I like to find confluence between what's going on with the price action and the price oscillator. Now I'm looking for at least 10% or more. So because we entered at 342, we can easily go in here and calculate what 10% would be. So that would be 342 times a 10% profit. We're looking for at least 376, right? And that would make it a very nice swing trade or day trade. And what you could do if you want to ride a trend up, you could sell half of your positions. And we see these, large buy orders coming in now, which is a good sign for us, meaning these are getting filled at the ask. So there is high demand for the SPY, at least the SPY contract here at this level. Let's see if we can breach this 50-day moving average, which is, or 50-minute moving average, which is the orange on my chart. And we can see the price is already 359. If we go over to the monitor tab, you'll see that we're already up 5.7% or $195, right? That's not bad for a couple of seconds. So let's go back over to the charts and see what's going on. And just as you are diligent about your support level and having a threshold for your support level, you should be just as diligent about your profit taking. Again, if you want to set 5%, that's fine. If you want to set 10%, that's fine. You will get a feel for these things as time moves on. For me, I want to collect at least 10%, but on some days you will have to live with 5%. Another thing you could do is come over here and change your predetermined quantity to 5, right? And that way you could sell half at maybe 5%. So far, it looks like we found some resistance at the 50-minute moving average, but that's why it's very important to keep another time frame, a longer time frame here at the bottom. That way you're not jaded by these small incremental movements, right? So if you look at the 5-minute down here, we're still good. It looks like it's still bouncing off of support. In terms of time and sales, we're not getting a lot of red orders in, a lot of large red orders in. It still skews green, which is something you want to keep an eye out on. And this at the bottom here, by the way, this is the chart of the actual option. This is the options price. All right, and you could see more green orders coming in, which is good for our position. It means that buyers are being aggressive in taking these positions, these long positions on this call option. All right, it looks like we breached that 50-minute moving average. Let's see if we can get to the 100 or at least to this level here. Right? So this right here could be your resistance or your first resistance level. And this coincides with the 100-minute moving average. So we do have this resistance level here where the price tried to breach before. And now the 100-minute moving average, which is yellow on mine, is coinciding with that level. This is called confluence. And this is something that you want to see as a technical trader. We have more green orders coming in, which is brilliant, right? This is what you want to see. You're hoping that these green orders and the fact that we're already over that moving average, we can push this price up to at least that resistance level, which might give us our 10% goal. All right, it looks like we hit that 100-minute moving average. It's resistance here. It's also resistance on the 5-minute. We are near our 10% mark. It's at 3.71 now. So I'm going to go ahead and hit instant sell. And let's see if we can fill our order right here at 371, which would give us around a 10% profit, which is not bad for a few minutes. And there we go. Our order filled. We sold 10 contracts of the October 30th, 329 calls. And if we go back here into our order, you'll see that we made $340 today within just the span of a few minutes. using this day trading strategy. Now, the flip side is also something you want to play. We made our 300, 400 bucks there, but you can also play the resistance level, meaning you can play the movement down, because not only do we have price floors, we have price ceilings, and it looks like there is a resistance level here on the SPY. And so in this case, we wouldn't be buying calls, obviously, right? We'd be buying puts. Now, one thing to be cautious about is you could see the price moving well above the 50-minute move or the 100-minute moving average, which is the yellow, right? And on my chart, I have the 50, 100, and 200. You could see the price pushing. You could see these green orders coming here on the time and sales. So there's a good chance, and this resistance hasn't been tested really that much. There's a good chance we blow past it. So what I'm looking at, I'm going to be eyeing this resistance level here, but I'm also going to be looking at the 200-minute, which is this resistance level here, because this is a major moving average. And if we don't get a stop at this resistance level, then we might get one here. And you want to be really cautious. Really, I'm making 2 to 4 orders per day of this throughout the entire 8-hour trading day or 7.5-hour trading day. I'm really executing 2 to 4 orders, going in for nice quick optimal hits, and I'm not overdoing it. So in this case, it's the same exact concept. I'll go over to my trade tab. I'll look for a put this time, not a call, right? Because I want to ride the move down. And I'll look at something between a 0.4 and above delta. So we could take a look at maybe these 327 contracts here, or maybe the 328 contracts, because by the time the price moves up, these could be well out of the money. So I'll look for a 328 put here, right click, copy, go over to the charts tab, paste it here. And again, if you want this workspace, just email me, go to my site, email me, and I will send it to you. And you could see that we are getting a ton of selling pressure on this put so far, right, in the time and sales. This is why it's very valuable to have this real-time data here. All right, I'm just waiting to see what the price action does. Do we actually go back down, retest the 100? Do we actually hit this resistance level? Do we blow past it? Based on all these sell orders, I mean, it looks like we might see some upward price movement, right? Because people are letting go of their puts. They're getting rid of their puts en masse. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get a price push up. Still undecided whether I will enter at this resistance level or wait to the 200-minute moving average. Again, these are things that you get a feel for. It looks like the price is making it to this resistance level. Again, as people are offloading their puts, that means they are letting go of their bearish orders. That means the price could keep riding higher. I'm a little cautious entering here just because of all of this time and sales here, saying that traders are letting go of their bearish orders. I do want to see, this turn green a little bit more before I start putting in my put order, but I'm patient. I'll wait to see what happens. It looks like we will most likely break above this resistance that I drew. And let's see if we can get to the 200-minute moving average. And at that point, I will likely buy my put, especially if we do get more orders, more green orders, more demand. Yes. And you could see that it's blowing well past this resistance level that I have set up here. All right, so it looks like we're finding some resistance at the 200-minute moving average. And just like with support, I do want to give myself some leeway here, a plus 0.15% leeway. So I will be looking to put a stop gap here. If I do enter, I won't, I'll sell the puts if we get above this, because I don't want to get, wrecked essentially. So I'll go ahead and put in my buy order based on the time and sales. I'll do it at around 255 and see if I get filled. Let's see if we get filled on these puts here. There we go. We filled the puts, the 328 puts at 255, and hopefully we will hit resistance and ride this down. And again, I want to set my threshold. So what I look for is, if we filled at 255, what is 10% from 255? So we're looking for at least a 2.8 on the price of this put, and at that point we will sell. It looks like we are getting some buy orders here, right? The latest orders have skewed green, and we have a lot size again of at least 10 because we filtered them out. So hoping that we do see some resistance here, we get more green orders coming in here for this put, and we can drive the price down in the interim. Again, we are looking for 2.8 or above. We entered at 255, and you could see our order right here, the 328 put. We entered at 255, and we are now up 2% or $55, which is great. So let's see if we can get 10% here. And again, I did 10 contracts based off of the active sales predetermined amount, right? I just clicked 10. Be careful with this. If you're just starting out, you might want to just do one contract. You can really lose your shorts doing 10 contracts. Just to give you a sense, at $2.55, 10 contracts is $2,550. So it's not small change. Okay, cool. We're starting to see some resistance here, which is what we want to see. Again, we want to see the orders remain green. We want to see demand for this put, right? Again, this on the right is the data for the put, not the data for the SPY. And at this point, you just remain patient and you stick to your guns because we have a threshold here that we drew, a plus 0.5% from our resistance level where we will exit no matter what. So in this case, I have nothing left to do but wait and trust my support and resistance lines that I drew. All right, let's go back and look at our order. We are currently up 6%, 5 to 6%, around $145. That could be enough for some people. So at this point, you can either take profit or wait for your 10% threshold if that is what you set for yourself. And again, there isn't a right or wrong answer here. You can easily sell, half of it at 5% and the rest at 10%. It's really up to your risk profile and the strategy that you eventually develop on your own. All right, it looks like we're getting some resistance here. Let me go ahead and put in my order. Let's do 2.79. Remember, 2.8 was the goal, but we don't need to be stubborn about it. We can take a little bit less in the hopes that we get filled, right? So let's see. There we go. We filled 10 contracts, sold at 2.79 for the 328 puts. And if we go back over to our tab, we could see that off of this, we made $340. We made $240. We made $340 for the call. So we made a total of $580 within a few minutes. Again, this is because I'm trading 10 contracts, which would put you at a capital commitment of around, $2,500 to $3,000, depending on the price of the put or the call. You just have to multiply it by 1,000 because each contract is 100 shares times 10. So you would take basically this price, if you're doing 10 contracts, multiply it by 1,000 to get what your capital commitment is. If you're just starting out, I don't recommend you do this. I do suggest, using a one lot or maybe just paper trading for the time being. Now, lastly, I will close by saying, this right here is my price oscillator, and I really like this price oscillator, especially for finding support levels. What I'm looking for is to see, coinciding with the support that I find, I'm looking for confluence to see if I can get this kind of curvature on the 1 minute chart. This is a price oscillator tool that is available in ThinkOrSwim. And as the price starts hitting these bottoms, I'm looking for the price oscillator to also make a curve to the upside and hopefully turn orangish red like you see here, because this indicates that it is likely oversold. And up here on my chart, I have the 50-day moving average, the 100-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average. Obviously, depending on the time frame that you're on, this will change. So this is the 50-minute moving average, the 100-minute moving average, and the 200-minute moving average. And that's really it. Again, if you want my workspace, hit me up on my site. Send me an email through my site, through the contact form on my site. Or if you have a question, leave it in the comment section below. I try to read every single comment. Leave a big fat thumbs up if you get anything out of this video. If you want training for either technical analysis or options trading or whatever, I do offer one-on-one training. I take a handful of people a month. Spots usually go quick by the first of the month. So if you want to inquire about that, hit me up or sign up on the website. If you want access to our trading group where I send out all of my portfolios, stocks, options, crypto trades, link is in the description below. Again, we have a very vibrant community of over 800 traders, so it's a great value. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and let me know in the comment section if you do like these videos, these educational style videos. Hit that notification bell. Stay safe out there, traders. Peace.